right, the first Biden impeachment hearing is 1 week away. There are two things that are quite clear already. Joe Biden has been selling out his country for a long time and using his own family members to create a plausible deniability of sorts. And also, the Department of Justice has known about this since before the last election and helped Joe Biden conceal it because they had an interest in getting Donald Trump out of the White House. On the latter of those two subjects, Attorney General Merrick Garland was questioned yesterday. Matt Gaetz and Garland making the highlight reel. Gaetz grilling Garland on why Chinese companies funneled millions of dollars to Hunter Biden and 8 other members of the Biden family.
Do you know about the money that moved through Rob Walker's shell companies, yes or no?
As I have said repeatedly, I have left these matters to Mr. Weiss. I've not intruded. I've not interfered. I've not tried to find out what he knows.
It's like you're looking the other way on purpose because everybody knows this stuff's happening. And you know what? People don't pay bribes to not get something in return.
Congressman Jason Smith runs House Ways and Means. He's going to be a big part of next week's hearings. And, sir, it's good to have you back on the show. What are we expecting to hear next week? And did Merrick Garland's testimony yesterday change anything?
Merrick Garland's testimony yesterday did not change anything. But let's just say this. The very first day of the Joe Biden presidency, they should have brought a special counsel forward because it was an automatic conflict of interest with the Attorney General of the United States and also the sitting president, knowing that his son was being currently investigated by the Department of Justice. But of course, Mr. Garland said that there was no need for a special counsel. He said that numerous times before Congress because Mr. Weiss had complete authority. But the IRS whistleblowers, Rob, that we brought forward their testimony, it proved otherwise. And no one has countered that in any of the public testimony or the private depositions that we've had come later after theirs.
Yeah, so David Weiss, who's been investigating Hunter Biden since I think 2019 at this point, Garland says that he's always had, or stated yesterday, he's always had full authority to bring charges in any jurisdiction that he wanted. Here's what Garland said.
I made clear that if he wanted to bring a case in any jurisdiction, he would be able to do that. The way you do that is to get an order signed by the Attorney General called a 515 order. I promised he would be able to do that, and he in his letters made clear he understood he would be able to do that.
But then later on, in the same hearing, under questioning from Jim Jordan, Garland admitted that Weiss actually had to ask if he could bring charges in these other jurisdictions, Los Angeles and Washington.
You go tell the United States Senate under oath that he has complete authority.
I'm going to say again that no one had the authority to turn him down. They could refuse to partner with him. They could not.
You can use whatever language. Refuse to partner is turning down.
So that's where it gets interesting, right? Because you begin to wonder. It seems to me that Weiss is trying to help, was happy to just do this for the DOJ and kind of look the other way on a lot of these things and is now trying to help them get out of trouble. I guess my question is to those, to L.A. and Washington that turned down his requests to prosecute Hunter Biden. Do you think that they were acting, on orders from above? Or was it just, I just want to know why they wouldn't, if they had evidence, if they had a clear case and something this big, why would they turn down David Weiss's alleged, request?
Why would the Justice Department do so many things that the IRS whistleblowers highlighted? Why would they divulge information of a search warrant going into a storage unit in Virginia of Hunter Biden's lawyers the day before? Why would they allow the statute of limitations to expire on some of the most egregious tax crimes of 2014 and 2015? None of this makes sense.
Right.
The only reason why this would happen, Rob, is if it's a two-tiered judicial system. One if your last name's Biden and one for everyone else. And that's what we're looking at, and it's so disturbing. We even had not just these 2 IRS whistleblowers, but we have subpoenaed 2 other IRS employees that have confirmed what the whistleblowers have said, that Mr. Weiss had to get permission from above. for other additional charges and also for a special counsel.
I just want to know who's the. I'm trying to figure out who the kingpin is, right? Because Garland wasn't even there when this started. I mean, Weiss has been helping to conceal the very obvious crimes of Hunter Biden. They've known about the laptop since 2019. That's, more than a year before the election of 2020. They concealed this for a long time, even under Trump's DOJ. What's so difficult to figure out is who was calling these shots back at that point when Merrick Garland wasn't even at the DOJ.
And that is what I hope that we're able to discover in this impeachment inquiry, because we need to follow these facts, because under no circumstance, regardless of who was in the White House, we need to figure out why the Justice Department has been operating the way that they have been in this investigation, because it's completely unacceptable of what the IRS whistleblowers have highlighted.
Well said. Congressman Smith, we're looking forward to next week, and we thank you for coming on. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.